These fools, they'll never learn.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Food for Thought podcast. To the north! I'm from the north. I'm from Winterfell. Jon Snow! On the Bloody Night's Watch. So I am. The Wildlings. Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
We're doing our Game of Thrones accents.
I'm watching Game of Thrones now, so
You are
I'm 15 years late.
Yeah.
15 years late, but
Late to catch on, but hey.
You're there. You're doing it.
That's right.
You're the hand of the king.
Mhm.
You're doing well. Hey everyone, this is Food for Thought podcast. Nice to see you. If you don't know us, we are a martial arts cinema podcast. Every
Not a
2
Game of
weeks,
Thrones podcast.
We're not a Game of Thrones podcast.
Not yet.
We could be though. What would you call us if we were a Game of Thrones podcast?
I was gonna go Game of Bones, but that was kind of silly and doesn't
Game of
make a lot of
Bones?
sense.
No,
Yeah.
it doesn't quite. I don't know. You'd have to think of some kind of pun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
North Thrones,
Home of Throne? No, that doesn't work.
Lame of Thrones.
Well, funny enough, there's a recent Bruceploitation box set that came out, and since the Bruceploitation actors are known as Bruce Lee clones, it's actually called Game of Clones, which is pretty great.
Not bad.
So, anyway, yes, we review martial arts cinema every 2 weeks. I'm your host. I'm Sean. This is my lover. This is my lover, Cyrus. And this old bag of bones over here is Stephen. Welcome, everyone.
Welcome.
Hey, here we are. Oh, we started well. We got some good energy.
Oh,
I
I
think
don't
we had
know how.
energy.
Yeah.
Oh, we got good energy.
Scarfs and McDonald's down. I had to use the restroom, and
That's
here we
right.
are.
I'm full of McDonald's. I'm full of energy drinks. I'm full of milkshake. And now I'm drinking some fine H2O.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's good stuff. What we doing?
We're doing exit wounds.
That's right.
Sorry, just made a weird
Steven Seagal, DMX.
This week we are reviewing Exit Wounds, the wonderful film.
2001 film.
Yeah.
Go on, just carry away. Go on. Who directed it?
Lau Kar-leung.
Nice.
Co-star Mindy Kaling.
What happened to Mindy Kaling?
I don't know.
She got kids.
Okay, Cyrus, I'm going to need you to help me out.
All right, please.
Can you please tell me who directed this film?
No, I can't.
No, you know.
Andrei
Let me see.
Bartkowiak.
Director at the top.
Yeah, no.
I'm going to go Andre.
I'm going Andre. Just
It
'cause
must
those
be Andre.
letters
Yeah,
make no
Andre.
sense.
Andre Bartkowiak. Bartkowiak. I bet it's Viak. Andre Bartkowiak. There you go.
Yeah.
That's the director, and it's starring Stephen Seagal, DMX, Tom Arnold, Isaiah Washington, Anthony Anderson, Michael J. White. Sorry, I called him J. White for a second. Michael J. White, and the one in what's happening?
Nothing.
Oh, Eva Mendes.
What the hell was that about?
Eva Mendes?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to talk about
We'll get
that.
into that.
Her voice?
Yeah.
We're going to talk about her voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
hell was doing that?
Yeah. Fucking, I don't know. Andre Bartkowiak.
Mhm.
Fight choreographer was Dion Lamb, who's done quite a few good things over the years. He worked on Black Mask, one of our favorites of the podcast. But here he's doing
favorite.
something. A few little tidbits about this. DMX described Stephen Seagal as a dickhead.
Okay, thank God.
So yeah, that's good stuff. Apparently, the Seagal versus Jai White film at the end is freestyled. Apparently, they just turned up on set and just worked it out on set. Do you know what? I'm not surprised because the fight isn't wonderful.
Yeah.
That's the okay. So sorry.
Yeah.
You said, "Hey, we have a good one for you this week," and I went, "Cool." DMX and Steven Seagal. I did not know MJ Dub was in here,
Oh, you didn't know he was in it? Neither did I.
Yeah.
so I was like, Michael J. White and Steven Seagal were on set at one time in our lifetimes,
Correct.
and one of them pooped their pants. So I think that happened in this movie.
No.
Totally different.
That was a judo guy choking out Stephen Seagal, and he shat his pants while being choked out.
Oh dear.
It wasn't on
Okay.
set. Stephen Seagal's biggest box office opening weekend was this film.
Yeah, I read
Which is
that.
nuts.
Which is Crazy.
Apparently, the filming was halted when a wardrobe technician got accused of sexual assault. Kind of grim. And also,
No, you read that wrong. There's someone who worked on the movie, was either it was the producer or someone. They sexually assaulted a wardrobe person, so that's why.
oh, I'm surprised it's not Seagal because he's been accused of some stuff over the years. And then sadly, a stuntman actually died on set, which is very sad. Budget $33 million. It was meant to have a budget of $25 million, but they went over. It was all on Steven Seagal's hair. His beautiful hair plugs, and box office it made 80 mil. So this fucking made money, which is
All thanks to black people, I'm sure. I mean, am
all
I
right. Can you elaborate on that?
because DMX is in it?
Okay, that's the only reason. You
Yeah,
think black
DMX
people
fans.
turned up?
I think a lot of them, yeah, DMX fans,
You think black people like Steven Seagal?
probably.
He is one of you.
It's-
He's been everything else. He might as well be black.
I saw him in an Iranian movie from the 60s.
Pretty much, yeah. He's been everything. He's been Native American. I think he's been Filipino at some point.
Definitely Japanese.
Definitely Japanese. Definitely Mexican. And then there's
Okay.
a film where he is fully Creole.
Okay, and he's Mongolian from his mouth.
Oh right.
Definitely Mongolian. Yeah, yeah. So let's ask the good old question. What do you think of Exit Wounds? Who wants to chat about Exit Wounds?
I'll go for it.
Go for it.
Great pick. This is fun as hell.
It's a fun film.
Yeah, it was terrible, but it's exactly what I wanted.
I will say this. When I chose Exit Wounds as a film, a lot of people messaged me on Instagram. Firstly, I said I've never seen Exit Wounds. This is my first time watching it. And people messaged me and they were just like, oh my god, you've never seen Exit Wounds? What are you talking about? It's easily one of Seagal's best. This film is fucking garbage. This film is absolute fucking garbage. Is it fun to watch? Yes.
Yeah.
But it is terrible. This film is not good by any stretch of the imagination. It's fucking awful.
But Sean,
I-
every car in the movie explodes. It has to be good.
Okay.
Oh well, there are good points about this film, and I will mention them.
I would love to hear what they are because I found there was nothing fun about this movie.
Well, no, you're not right there.
It was a chore. It was so boring.
I wasn't
Okay.
really that bored.
I wasn't that
So
bored
So
either.
I was the same thing. I'd never seen this movie. I wasn't expecting much, given it's a DMX and Seagal movie.
Vehicle.
I expected more. I expected just more kind of shenanigans or just kind of or craziness.
So did
I
I.
expected maybe a little more offensiveness.
So did I. So did I. I expect
So
Seagal to be
maybe
racist.
so right. So maybe because I expected more, and it was just very just one toned, very
I know exactly what you mean.
bland, very boring. DMX doesn't do anything.
That's pretty fair.
One thing DMX
I-
doesn't do is emote.
Right. He was just he had very little lines and he was very broody. And honestly, like watching this movie and I was just like, how much of DMX's stuff went like unused where they were just like, this isn't good. And they just tossed it because I felt there were moments where where there was shots of him that went nowhere, that were pointless.
Wait. Okay. Yes. There are moments in this film that I'm just like, what was that?
Right. So I don't know if it was whether it's his acting
I
that
think it
was
was
the
just badly
problem,
directed.
if it was badly directed, if he was because he, so he died of a drug overdose, right? Was that what killed him?
Definitely died, and at the time of his death, he was apparently a drug addict. I don't know if the drugs actually killed him.
Okay, so I
imagine he
don't
did.
know. Right, so I don't know if that was maybe a problem.
No, he was clean as a whistle in
He
this
was
film.
clean. Well, okay,
Look at him, he's gorgeous in this film. Very
true.
handsome.
Okay, true.
He's a handsome chap.
Very handsome man.
So I don't know what the problem was, but he does nothing. There was no point to him.
X can't give it to you. He did not give it to you.
He
in this
did
film.
not.
No.
So I did not find this. I didn't find anything enjoyable about this movie.
Okay. That's, so you'd pick Romeo Must Die over this film to watch.
Probably.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely, I would.
One thing I would say, I'm very disappointed that this film wasn't as funny as I thought it was going to be.
Mm.
Meaning, like, there wasn't There wasn't. I mean, don't get me wrong. I make fun of a lot in this film, but I expected it to be even more over the top. I
Right.
imagined it to be sillier,
Right.
and I kind of thought
I
by
thought
the
maybe
end,
DMX would bring some silliness or some camp or just
well,
more of a maybe
he had his moments.
more of a stereotype,
Yes,
which isn't ideal, but
at the end of this film, I was just like, we should have done a different Seagal film.
Oh, I disagree.
Really?
I'm glad we did this one.
So am I, but I feel like there's other Seagal films where there's more to make fun of. I mean, if he was speaking in a Creole accent, this one would be way more fun. And also, there's no Seagal sex scenes in this, which is very.
I'm very thankful for
right.
that. I am so thankful. I'm
Well, he never
thankful.
gets naked in the sex
and-
scenes. That's the point.
I don't
Women
care.
always get naked. He always keeps his clothes on.
And I feel bad for all of them. I was very. That was probably the one thing that I was happy about at the end of this movie.
There's no sex scene.
Yes, there was no sex scene. There was no poor, unfortunate actress who had to like.
There were poor, unfortunate actresses in this. Though.
Yes,
There was one poor unfortunate.
yes,
Very
but at
poor.
least
I
they
was
didn't
like,
have.
holy shit!
At least they didn't have to like cozy up to
Poor
Seagal.
girl. That poor girl.
What a choice, though.
Oh,
Good for them.
She went whole hog. Good. Give her credit. So this film opens with a fact, and I don't know if the fact is true. It says
Oh, yeah.
gunshot wounds are the second leading causes of death,
Between 10 and 30
10 and
something.
34.
Yeah,
Is that true?
I don't know.
You think the second cause of death in America
not.
is gunshots? It
Like-
can't be.
Car crashes would be above that.
Right. Alcoholism.
Well, he said second, so I mean, car accidents
So it
are
has to be
probably
number
one.
one. Oh, cancer then has to be number 2.
Maybe
It can't be gunshots.
I don't know.
Though, if one country is going to have gunshots up
It's
there,
gonna be
it's
this
going to
one.
be America. Happy 4th of July for them.
Yeah.
So this film starts, and we're getting a speech from the Vice President of the United States of America,
Mhm.
and immediately I laughed, and I thought this film's going to be fucking awesome because Stephen Seagal walks past a guy and looks at him like, oh my god, he's a bad guy just because he has an earring.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Which I fucking loved.
I mean, he's not wrong. He's supposed to be a police officer in uniform and on duty. There should not be an earring in that ear.
He's got a sixth sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, no, you're right. You're right that a police officer shouldn't have an earring. Isaiah Washington is later wearing a do-rag, and he's a police. Oh, he's undercover.
Yeah. Plus, I think actually, technically, they're off duty.
Yes, Steven Seagal should have been fired 8 times in this film.
Oh Christ, yes.
Yes,
In jail, actually, he should be in jail.
He's 100% should be in jail. Yeah.
This is how I knew the movie was going to be great. The audience, they're clapping for the vice president,
Yes.
and one guy's not even touching his hands
Oh, I
at
didn't
all, baby.
notice that.
I didn't. Not even
Oh,
close.
Beautiful, beautiful. I thought it was funny. Steven Seagal turns up, or should I say, Orin Boyd.
Yeah.
Fuck that name.
His first name is Orin, Orin.
Yeah.
He turns up to this talk from the vice president. He walks, he sits down. The vice president goes, "Thank you everyone for coming out," and he gets back up and walks away. He sat down for like 3 seconds. It was well funny. I thought that was great. But I will say this: the film starts with a pretty decent action beat.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to find my notes here. Seagal's hair in this as well. It's not great. It's not great. He's struggling.
It's great.
I'm okay with it because it's not the ponytail.
It's very I don't know. It looks very straw-like.
Yeah.
I found his hair to be very straw-like. So Vice President's
Bad
driving
guys
away
are.
from his
Sorry, go ahead.
from his speech, and all of a sudden, people are after him. We get some police officers. They put a little a bomb on one of the cars in
I'm from the future.
yes, a little silver coin thing, and it's what do you call that thing that presidents are in when it's a bunch of
Convoy?
cars?
A convoy.
Thank you.
Envoy?
Is it
Convoy.
envoy or convoy?
I think convoy.
First one.
They put the little bomb on one of the convoy cars. They're driving along. All of a sudden, some mean, terrible, bad people dressed as police officers. They turn
They're a
up.
part of the. They are a part of the convoy, and then yeah. So then.
Then
So
they
we got some
turn
crooked cops.
Yep.
crooked cops. Then someone just happens to fucking come in on the most obvious helicopter you've ever seen in your life. Where did that helicopter come from? With the smiley face on the side and have a nice day written on it.
Have a nice day.
When I saw that, I was just like, what the fuck is going on here? This is mental.
The Gatling gun on it. Also, so Steven Seagal, what kind of gun is he working with?
I was wondering
I
that
tell you what,
too.
he is. He's got a magic gun that doesn't run out of bullets.
Oh, I was going another direction.
That first gun, that one never runs out of bullets. Later on, he does.
Okay,
reload.
so his first gun is like a machine gun pistol.
yes, which
Yes.
does exist.
Yes.
Okay, it's a fucking pistol though, right? They just
Yes.
put that sound in later. Because he's like, bing, bang, bong, bang, bong, ding. And it's like, go, 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 go.
That's what I wondered. I wasn't sure because there are automatic Glocks that fire like that.
But you'd think they'd be like, look at this cool gun.
Yeah. No, he just randomly picks it up, right? Or does he have it?
I think he had it.
No.
I don't
Bing,
remember.
bang, bong, boing.
That's his police issued weapon.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe he did. I don't know.
So Stephen Seagal comes out, he's in his Batmobile. He jumps in this black car, which is basically his version of a Batmobile.
Like an El Camino or some shit.
Yeah, it doesn't last for long. And he obviously comes along to save the day. There is a blatant moment where a car, like Sarah said earlier, every car explodes. Every car,
Except for his cars.
his cars do not.
El Camino exploded.
El Camino does explode.
Was he in it?
No, he
No,
wasn't.
Definitely not.
There's a moment when a car is driving along, and then basically, this sometimes happens in action films. Car's driving along, it gets shot like twice in the windscreen, and it does a flip.
Yeah.
It's good.
But when you see it do a flip, you can see the whatever you call them, like the pressure button on the bottom of the car, the thing that on stunt cars, you have something that jets out and
I
makes
never
the car
thought
flip.
about that.
You
Oh.
can actually see that on the bottom of the car.
Oh.
I was just like, oh,
Didn't pay
that's
attention
fucking
to that.
dodgy. Yeah. So there's a. Do you know what? The shootout, I didn't mind. That's what I'll say about this film. I kind of enjoyed the gunplay.
Oh, yes, dude.
It's almost like sea-level John Woo shit.
It really is.
Some of it's really
All
decent.
the gun holes in the wall, I was like, you should be proud of yourself.
And then people towards the end get splattered. Like there's like some great squib work in this film. There's some really like visceral violence.
Hmm.
You didn't enjoy the gunplay?
It's fine. I was so bored with this
You're
movie.
just upset you didn't get a Seagal sex scene.
I was so bored with
You're
this
just upset
movie.
you didn't get to see him run.
That's right. Although he struts at one point. He walks into one of the police a police station and he is strutting.
Really?
He walks in like we won the punani.
Hey, speaking of, am I going nuts or does the police chief look at his wiener 2 times?
I did not catch that.
Female police chief?
What?
Oh, later in the movie, he's at his locker.
Yes.
And he's like, I'm not mad or whatever. I'm
Got no
just
pants
mad. I'm just mad I have to do traffic.
Yes.
And she looks right at his ding dong.
Okay, so firstly, he's got no pants on.
True.
Secondly, he has 1930s boxers on that go down to his knee.
And they have like the
Oh
strap.
my god! I didn't even realize that he wasn't wearing any
Well,
pants.
she apparently said in an interview that it was very awkward to work with Stephen Seagal in his boxers.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
what else? Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, it must be awkward
not everything
working with
needs to
Stephen
be.
Seagal.
Not everything needs to be said.
Yeah, that's true. So I've got obnoxious helicopter.
Seagal hijacks the truck. Excuse me.
What's the
Bing bang boom.
What's the funniest bit ever? He hijacks the bad guy's truck, but puts the bad guy's hat on.
Oh yeah.
That made me literally laugh. Why put his hat on? What are you doing to make it look like you are the bad guy? That makes
Yeah.
no sense.
Do you know what the bad guy said? His first line? He was like, "Who's that guy?"
Great, good stuff. Yeah. He's in and it's not even like a cool hat. It looks like a little train conductor's hat. That's what I loved about it. Yeah, this film.
Bada bing, bada boom. He
Is that
saved the vice
Seagal?
president.
Yes, he does. He throws the vice
So
president into
basically,
a river.
they're the Secret Service are with the vice president. They're trying to protect him as they're all getting shot at. But because the bad guys are dressed as cops, they're like, we don't want any cops on this bridge, just Secret Service. But of course, Steven Seagal rolls up, tries to help, tries to save the day, but everyone's all mad at him because we're like, we told you no cops, you're not supposed to be there. And to save the vice president's life, he tosses him off the bridge into the water
And
to prevent him from getting
as
shot at.
the vice president's falling, he goes, "I can't swim."
Right.
Which is
That was rough even for me.
trash. He goes into the police station. We get Bill Duke. Bill Duke basically tells him, "Hey, you're not on my fucking team anymore. I'm gonna send you down to the precinct 15."
Right.
He gets to precinct 15, and the bird behind the bird who's the captain goes,
Bird.
"Hey, I'm going to send you to anger management. Then we get a hilarious scene
I mean,
of
Lord.
Seagal in anger management. I don't know
With
what.
Tom, with Tom Arnold.
By the way, never cast Tom Arnold. Like, no film has been made better with Tom Arnold.
Wait a minute.
True Lies.
Thank you.
True Lies. He is
Thank
good
you.
in True Lies. So we get a terrible scene, but there's a really funny bit where the head of the presenter in the anger management class, she's like, I need someone to talk to. Need someone to talk, and she's like looking round, and Steven Seagal is doing that thing you used to do when you were a kid in high school and didn't want to speak in front of the class. You just kind of look the other way. It's like, yeah, if I can't see you, you can't see me. And Seagal's doing that, but he gets picked anyway. And then there's this, probably the funniest bit in any movie you've ever seen, because he breaks his desk, and it's funny as fuck.
it's probably the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Definitely, it's funnier than anything Will Ferrell's ever done.
Does this look like a happy face to you? Whatever he says.
He says, "This is my happy face.
Oh.
I am happy." Something like that. Yeah.
Is Steven Seagal a good actor?
No.
No.
But is he a bad actor?
He does one thing.
Yeah, he's Steven
Yeah,
Seagal.
I don't
Imagine
think
him
he.
crying or being
Yeah,
or laughing.
I don't think he
I
does
love
not have
Cry.
he does not have range.
He's a tall gent, isn't he?
Yeah.
Sure.
He makes a Michael Jai White look like a dwarf in this film.
Yeah.
I don't know how tall Michael Jai White is. He could be 5'4" for all I know.
Let's see.
So me and Devin were watching this film, and we kind of looked at each other at the same time, and we were just like, "Can you hear what he's saying?" Because he is the king of whispers in this
Yeah.
film. He is, we all say Seagal whispers. He goes
Wait a minute.
to an inaudible level. Unfortunately, the Prime Video version doesn't have subtitles on it.
Can I interrupt you for 1 second?
Yeah, why?
So I'm on
You didn't tell
Google.
me Michael Jai White's a legal dwarf. Huh?
I haven't even gotten it out. I was just like, all right, first let's see how tall Steven Seagal is. So I pulled up Steven Seagal,
Can we guess?
and the first thing that
Oh.
comes up when you pull up Steven Seagal, there's his name, and then the craziest shit is right under his name.
Go on.
Special Representative for Russia, U.S. Cultural Links, Cultural and Historical Heritage.
Yeah, he's like an ambassador Yeah.
Since when?
to Russia.
Since when?
He's been that for years. He's like Vladimir Putin's best friend. He
Did
loves a
not
bit
know
of
that.
Putin.
Gross. Seagal is 6'4".
Are you picking up what I'm
Oh.
queuing down?
Not bad.
6 what?
6'4".
Oh, you ruined that. We were going to guess.
That's wild. I didn't know he's that tall.
Tall.
Okay, do you want to guess
Drink of
how
water.
tall Michael Jai White is?
Michael Jai White. Well, if he's 6'4", Michael Jai White must be 5'11".
6'1".
Boom, 6'1".
Look at you.
I was just 2 off from you.
True.
Do you know how old he is?
Michael Jai White?
Yeah,
56.
there you go.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Do you know how old Steven Seagal is?
74.
Almost.
Well, 73?
72.
God damn it. Seagal's 72.
That man is
Still looks
72
great.
years old.
See how limber he was in this movie? All those stunts he did by
The
himself?
flips.
Sorry, we need to talk about his kicks in this
Those
film.
flips.
mouth
and
was
yeah.
Agape.
Oh, some of the shit he doesn't. I mean, the wire work enough is
Right.
Well, we're about to get into a moment of wire work when he goes out, bunch of people breaking into his car. I didn't understand this line.
It's just not a great indication of whether a movie is good or not when you go, I mean, he fucking starts doing this.
I don't understand the line in this film. He goes out. There's a bunch of kids, people in their 20s, breaking into his car, and he goes,
Trying to break into his car.
"Yeah," and he goes, "Oh, you need to do it like this. You don't do it like that." Blah blah. And they're like, "Hey, who the fuck are you?" Blah blah blah. And he goes, he holds up what do you call that thing? What do you call that thing that you used to open your car?
Oh, like
What's that called?
I've heard it be
It's
called
not
a
fob, right?
I've heard it. Oh, the key fob.
Is that what it is? Key
Yeah, the
fob?
key fob.
Okay. So he holds up his key fob and he goes, doot, doot, and his car unlocks. And one of the guys goes, "Are you a magician?" It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, I thought he was being funny.
Oh, I didn't get it. If he was being funny, it wasn't funny. Like, it made no sense. There's a bunch of lines in this film where I'm just like, that makes no sense. There's another one later on.
I assumed he was trying to make a joke.
Oh, well,
I mean, it wasn't a good one.
I didn't care for it. Then we get the first fight scene. We get the first proper hand-to-hand fight scene. And good lord, it is so bloody perb. Steven Seagal moves in slow motion. It's not in slow motion. Steven Seagal just moves in slow motion.
Yeah.
He's the slowest guy in the world, and he's about
True.
40 in this film. He shouldn't be that slow.
Wrist work.
His
and-
kicks never go above the waist because he struggles.
Yeah.
And a lot of wrist work going on. A lot. I mean, we've seen that plenty of times. So that's his
Sure.
thing. It's Aikido, but
Yeah.
dodgy fight
and,
scene.
and tosses.
And then he does his Jet Li kick at the end.
Which one was that?
He puts one hand down and brings his.
Oh, well, yeah, his stunt double.
When he
or
did
whatever.
that, I was like, oh yeah, his stunt double does everything in this
Right.
film. We'll talk about his stunt double later on, where he's riding that motorbike.
Oh,
Okay.
They might as well have got like a black man to be a stunt double. It's the most obvious stunt double you've ever seen in your life. So
are we then introduced to DMX?
also you can't dodge a bullet at point blank range. If someone's got a gun to your head, you can't then they can't pull the trigger and then you move your head away. You're not Spider-Man. It doesn't work like that. You fucking get shot in the head. Yes, we get introduced to DMX and he's purchasing a vehicle.
No, that was it was he goes to the jail.
Who cares about that scene? Who cares?
Okay, fine.
We will talk about him buying a car.
Yeah,
He goes to a car showroom.
Anthony Edwards.
Unfortunately, we get Anthony Anderson in this film.
Anthony Anderson.
Who's worse, Tom Arnold or Anthony Anderson?
So here's the thing, and this is what I was thinking about after the movie was done. When it comes to Anthony Anderson, and Anthony Anderson back then in that time, because he was also in Romeo Must Die, basically playing pretty much
Transformers.
It's the same character.
exact same character.
He's a
And
fat
here-
black comical relief.
Right, and here was my thing, and I was just like, is that something that was like, if that kind of like forced on him, like the type of parts that he could get? And if that's the case, then I feel bad because it is an annoying character.
It's the
Very
worst.
loud, very obnoxious. But then I started to think, like, is that all like he could get?
Definitely. He is so atrocious in this film. However, when he's in the strip club or the club, he's the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah,
He's just
that
like,
was funny.
titties! Shake them titties, bitch! It's like, it's really fucking funny. I was like, yes, that's
Yeah.
right. That's it.
Green on him.
Yeah, he just walks around just yelling titties and put them on the glass. It's
Yeah.
really funny.
But
He's
yeah,
awful.
he is terrible. But then it just made me think back to that time and like the few films that I saw him in that that was his character.
They also tried to make the car purchasing scene super funny with the guy who works there. It's
Mhm.
like, I'm your homeless dog.
The uppity black man
Yeah.
character.
It's fucking awful.
Yeah.
Also, it's very meta in that scene. Anthony Anderson gets in a Porsche, and puts the stereo on. And the stereo plays a DMX song, and he's with DMX. It's very meta.
Well, there's plenty of DMX songs playing with DMX.
But they don't play actually in the film.
Oh, I
in the
see what you're
background.
saying. I see
He's
what
playing
you're
an
saying.
actual DMX
I
song.
see what you're saying.
He's
Got it.
Latrell. He's not DMX in this.
Right. Are we led to believe that in this world there's a rapper called DMX
Who knows?
and
Yeah,
Latrell
and-
is separate from him?
Yeah.
I did laugh one time.
Inception.
Well, I didn't laugh at all the jokes I was quote unquote supposed
No,
to
of course
laugh
you
at.
didn't.
But I did laugh at when he opens the bag of money and the car dealer is like, "Oh God." I thought that was funny.
Yeah, that was a little funny.
And they give the white man the commission, who doesn't say a single line in this film.
No.
He just kind of stands and
think so.
smiles and makes.
Well, he was the non-racist one.
Yes.
Also, apparently, yeah, he was in on it. Because when they were listing off some charges, they mentioned like a shady car dealer.
Well, he's at the table later on with them when they go into the house. The
right.
car guy's there. He's at the table.
Shit, I missed that.
Oh!
Seagal goes to DMX's fucking Batcave. And he
Oh, I
walks
didn't even
in.
catch him. I just remember
Who's that?
hearing someone talking about a shady car dealer.
That makes sense because DMX winks at him,
Mhm.
Right.
and I was like, "That's kind of a strange thing to do."
Okay.
DMX goes to buy a car and it's $285,000.
Correct.
And Anthony Anderson says, "It better suck and fuck me for $285."
Yep.
Indeed, he does.
Which at that point I was just like, "Oh, this is R-rated. This film's R-rated." It could have been PG-13 if it wasn't for the boobs in this film.
Yep.
or some of the violence actually. Also, you don't buy a car that way. You can't just throw a bag of money at someone and then go work on the paperwork and then drive the car.
Right.
Yeah,
Like, you
who
need
are you?
Yeah.
Me and Devon bought a car. What? A Toyota? What do you drive?
Corolla.
Toyota Corolla. It took us 14 hours to drive that car away. We had to fill. I had to sign my life away in blood.
Yeah.
It took us so long.
There for
They
so
just
long.
throw money at him, go sort out the paperwork, and just drive away.
Almost as long as it takes to buy a couch.
Oh, yeah.
They want to buy a couch and they're freaking out about it.
We're buying a couch tomorrow, and yeah, Devon's worried about a lot of paperwork for
I
some
don't know
reason.
why. I know it's silly.
I think I'm gonna have to show my green card.
You know, right before you pay, they do an auction when someone's like, hey, 700, 800,
Yeah.
8.
I think they do a prostate exam. Yeah. Seagal carries around 2 sets of handcuffs, not one,
Yeah.
because he handcuffs Anthony Anderson to.
Yeah, he just keeps whipping out handcuffs.
He does.
You good?
You smell it?
I think I got my Red Bull on me.
Oh no.
We're good.
Eva Mendes pops up, and yeah, we're going to talk about the obvious thing here. She's dubbed.
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
So in IMDb in the trivia, it said that basically the director didn't think she sounded intelligent enough for the role.
That's rough.
Yep.
And she only found out at the premiere. She went to watch the film,
Yeah.
and she was just like, "Hold on, that's not my voice."
That's not okay.
So here's the
This
the
is her
thing.
first big film, though.
Yeah. She pops up and immediately. So however, the dubbing flawless
It's fucking great.
because it doesn't look like she's being dubbed.
It's really
However,
good.
hearing the voice, I was just like,
That is not Miss
weird.
Mendes.
and so a part of me was just like, maybe because she's super young in this movie, maybe she sounds a little
Yeah,
different.
that's what I was thinking.
But it was done so flawlessly. But yeah, but 100% not her voice.
But she's married to Ryan Gosling now, so who's laughing? Who's laughing now? She is.
She is.
She's not actually married to him, but they're together.
Right.
They're
She-
not married. But
Very high pitched voice. I don't know if we said that.
Ryan Gosling?
Yeah.
Really?
Eva Mendes in this.
I can't. Oh, in
Hi,
this.
she's
Yes.
like, hey.
Yes. I
Yeah,
thought you
it
meant
was.
ago?
It's a white lady voice.
You know what? She had a very unlucky time, right? She was in this film, dubbed over.
Yeah.
Do you know what she was in her second big film? What do you think her second?
Fast
big
and
film
Furious 2.
was? No, that came later on.
I don't know what.
She was in Training Day for her second.
Oh, she got shafted. Literally.
Because in Training Day,
She doesn't
she's
say
just naked in the
shade,
background
yeah.
as well. She's just naked. It's
Oh,
just like poor woman. She had
Okay.
well, then she was in an Oscar-winning film though, because Training Day won some Oscars.
Yes, it did.
King Kong ain't got shit on me. That's a very quotable film.
It is.
I'm the police. I run shit around here.
Yep.
You just live here.
But then, like, so
Sure.
It would be awesome to do Denzel Washington's dialogue, his winning piece of dialogue at the end, but just like regular voice.
Yeah.
I'm the police. I run things around here.
King Kong doesn't have shit on me. I assure you. Go
Oh,
on,
it's like that? Oh, it's like that? Yeah, it's like that.
what were you gonna say?
but I was just like, at this point, so early on, DMX doesn't have much dialogue in this movie.
No.
And yeah, like we were saying earlier, he's just brooding about. He doesn't do much.
I didn't understand the plot of this film till halfway through it.
Hold on. I might have something to say here. For the first time.
All right, fucking hell.
They
Martin Luther King.
they actually kind of did a good job with what information they gave us. Because until they really wanted us to know, I didn't know what DMX's goal was.
That's
I
true.
didn't- Yeah, what his goal was.
What, you
I
didn't
just
know
thought he was a
DMX was
criminal.
Bruce Wayne.
No, I didn't know he
He's
invented 999.com and became a millionaire.
Yeah, he's basically like anonymous, right?
Yeah, basically, yeah. He's instead of hunting down pedophiles, he's hunting down corrupt cops.
Yeah.
And then, spoiler alert, we find out that Martini, whatever his name is, the crooked cop.
Oh, yeah.
Martini.
Well, the guy who's an undercover cop but still tries to kill Stephen Seagal with an electric saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's already announced himself as a cop, so he's trying to kill a cop even though he is a cop.
Hey, but still, but DMX was still in the room, so he was protecting his cover.
By killing a cop.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
So we know that he's the bad guy first.
We do.
And then we find out that his group is kind of the bad guys. And then we find out that Michael J. White is the bad guy. And then we find out that somebody else is a murderer.
Do you know what?
Hey, it keeps going.
Michael J. White bit is very clever because he spins round in a chair, and I'm like, "What is this? Fucking James Bond?" And he goes like, "Hey, I've always wanted to do that, like in James Bond.
Next time I should have a cat.
should have a cat."
Yeah.
Michael Jai White. Also, not his best performance in this film.
No.
No. By the way, I'd watched an entire film of Stephen Seagal as a traffic cop. That's the first thing that came into my head. I'd watched an
That,
entire film. of that.
admittedly, that was
Yeah.
funny.
I'm amazed that he agreed to do that because he doesn't
Yeah.
do funny bits.
Oh, I'm surprised he was allowed to do the taser bit, and he went, "Oh yeah, I'll fall down." I thought he would just stand there and like take it.
That's what I was expecting
Yeah.
to happen as well.
Also, it was nice seeing Seagal in some comfy sweats at one point. He was just chilling in comfy sweats. You don't see that. He's usually wearing a kimono or some shit.
Or literally like a jeans and a leather jacket nonstop
In this, it's
24/7.
lots of jeans and leather jackets. Yeah. DMX starts in a turtleneck in this film.
Yeah.
I didn't. I'm not even going to get into that. I'm just.
Where are we, by the way?
I think
kinda
it's
jumped
we're just
there.
yeah, we're
Old-timey
all over.
boxers. Do cops not wear seatbelts? Do cops have to wear seatbelts?
Yes.
They do not in this film.
Wait. I mean, I feel like they should. Whether
but do
they
because they have to
do-
hop out of cars pretty quickly.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know.
The bit in my notes I've just gotten to is the club scene.
Okay.
That's a hideous club too.
It's an awful club.
Awful
It's
club.
but it's the same. The club in Romeo and Messiah is the same director.
Wow.
It's,
I thought that one looked better.
it's awful. But that
Next is in there too.
are there girls with titties out?
Well, that's because DMX was running that club. This one was run by Anthony Anderson. So
That's right. It's not the same. It's
Yeah.
not the same.
Whoever was doing casting for those dancing ladies did their research. Thorough.
Do you have big titties?
Thorough vetting.
You can be. Yeah. Yeah, so Anthony Anderson's walking around just yelling. He's basically Bernie Mac, basically. Yelling about titties, asking girls to put more green paint on their boobs, and then ask them to squish it against the glass.
Mhm. Cut to Seagal's there.
Is that attractive?
Not for me.
On the glass, that's not attractive to you.
It's like weird.
Pressed on the glass.
Just give them to me straight.
If there was a lady showering, right, and you were outside the shower, and it's a glass case shower, and she went and put her boobs against the glass, would you go? Yes,
Did
please.
she make that noise as well?
She went.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think a part of me. Do you know what it is? I wouldn't go. Oh God, that's good. A part of me would go. Oh, that's new. It's like
Okay.
I'd be like, because I've never seen that before. So I'd be like, oh, okay, interesting.
That's why back in the day at the burlesque shows when they had the tassels going, people were losing it.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're like, Jesus, that's yeah. And
Moulin Rouge.
they're seeing more of the boob than usual as well because it's just tassel. Yeah. You could return the favor and squish your stuff against it.
Yeah, they like that.
Yeah. That happens in what film does that happen in?
Well, I don't know. Does it happen?
Pop Star Never Stop.
Popping?
The film with Andy Samberg.
Yeah,
No, I know what you're talking about.
He's in the car and someone squishes his.
Oh,
his-
right.
No,
You don't remember that?
no, I don't remember that at all.
I don't remember that film. I remember
Yeah, I
that
don't-
scene.
Yeah,
but
no, I don't
the
remember
film.
that movie at all.
Anyway, boob glasses. Anthony Anderson's just going wild.
Yeah,
DMX.
counting money.
Why? I thought this was well funny. Anthony Anderson goes into his office and DMX goes, close the door. Anthony Anderson's right in front of the door. And DMX goes, close the door. And he turns around and instead of closing the door, he pushes a button that
I think
closes
that's
the
how
door.
you have to close the door.
Why?
I don't know. I think that's what they're trying to be fancy. It's like some sort of fan. Because he pushed the button to open it.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I think that's how
Oh,
you
I
have
did
to
see
open
that.
and close the door.
Maybe it's for disabled
Dumb.
access. Maybe they're a very accessible place. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, no.
Right. Okay. So
Yes.
let's talk about the bar fight.
All right.
Oh, with the big dudes.
In my opinion, it's the
The
worst scene in
bouncers.
the film. I fucking hated it. It was terrible. Firstly, you've got Anthony Anderson yelling out one-liners.
Mhm.
Have a drink, motherfucker! Like before he smashes his bottle. Then, right. So Steven Seagal is fighting these big lugs, these big
The
heavy,
bouncers of the
heavy
club.
set gentlemen. And the problem is, Steven Seagal moves in slow motion, and because they're big, they move in slow motion. So the whole fucking fight scene's garbage. And then two of them get like lights, like those. What do you call them?
Yeah. Yeah.
Long like filament
Yeah, the fluorescent or whatever.
fluorescent
Yeah.
lights. But they're not plugged in, but they're still lit up. And it's the whole fight scene is awful. Steven Seagal does some wire work where it looks like he's going to get suplexed, but he then kind of floats over some guy's
That was
head.
the worst part of the movie.
It's
Yeah.
awful.
Do you see how gently he picks him up?
Oh, it's terrible.
And then he flips around. Yay.
The only good bit is where Steven Seagal wraps his hand in a chain and beats the shit out of a guy, which is kind of cool. Everything else is all wrist locked and slow motion. It's fucking garbage.
There's one specific part. A guy, big man, throws a punch, and you can see him just stand there and hold it while Steven Seagal's kind of climbing him. I was like, yee, some good action.
Everything about it is terrible. That fight scene, genuinely, is one of the worst fight scenes I've ever seen. Genuinely. And I've seen Steven Seagal's films from like 2017,
God damn.
where it's just his stuntman, and Steven Seagal like is mostly sat down. Terrible.
You can see Seagal in the background.
It's him in the back.
Steven Seagal's like, good job.
Eating a sandwich.
It's this fight scene was terrible. I hated it. And then we get DMX having a similar fight outside. And then unfortunately, I never wanted to see this in my life. DMX does a cartwheel. I never wanted to see DMX do a cartwheel.
Yeah.
But obviously it's a stunt double. But yeah, DMX
Yeah,
does a
DMX
cartwheel.
doing some punching, some blocking, some knees.
Some knees, some elbows.
Yeah.
In my notes, I just say, what the fuck is this film about? Is there an actual plot? Michael J. White drinks water at a bar. Good for him. He's drinking a bottle of water. Now, tell me what that scene was about.
It's trying to mislead us.
In what way?
These are cops. See? They're just normal cops.
So we
See?
get 5 minutes of them just talking about their favorite sports star that goes nowhere.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's our eyes.
That's what cops do.
We are with the cops and we're going, oh, they're really cops.
Oh, I get it.
And then the cop meets with DMX. And then we go, oh, he's a crooked cop. But then we don't know how deep the rabbit hole goes.
But I think
Andre Bach.
That's why I like it so much.
Or I think it's more to show how that Michael J. White is the good cop. We're suspicious of these other guys, but Michael J.
I used to call him Michael J. White.
Michael J. White. He's the cool one. He's he's the cool cop. He's the good guy.
If you're gonna come into this gym, you better work out something besides your mouth.
Hell yeah. Have we even talked about the taser scene? Has that happened yet?
We briefly talked. We briefly mentioned it.
Yeah, it's very homoerotic, that scene. I thought lots of sweaty men tasing each other.
Yeah, the whole police locker room business with those guys, and I'm just like, is that what a
No.
Exactly. I was like, I don't think this is what a police station is like.
Oh no!
Right.
You get fired immediately. What are you doing?
And then also, I don't think they have gyms like that, and they're all a bunch of them are just in there working out.
Probably not. No. Do you know who wouldn't go amiss in this film? If randomly halfway through this film Frank Grillo turned up, I would have gone, "Yep." It just seems like a film from Frank Grillo.
I mean, he probably would. He would have added something.
Yeah, Frank Grillo's great these
Yeah,
days.
yes.
Yeah. So I wrote down a whole bunch of lines that really baffled me. Someone says he's like a Neanderthal, popping up all over the place.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make
Yeah,
zero
that doesn't
sense.
make sense.
Neanderthal. I mean, I guess they were around, but they didn't just pop up everywhere. Yeah. So Seagal walks in. His captain or chief or whatever is having a wonderful date with a wonderful man. I think the man's Michael Bay. Well, she's having a wonderful date.
Or James Cameron.
And James Cameron's got a badass beard, though. This guy didn't. He definitely looked like. By the way, did you see that video of Bay going around at
Salt Bae?
not Salt Bay, Michael Bay,
Oh,
and at a local red carpet,
hello.
and his suit pants are quite tight.
He's got a Titanic going?
Oh, good lord,
Lord.
the man's packing heat.
Yeah, good for him.
Yes, he's a bad boy, you could say. You directed bad.
How
I wasn't sure. So I
how
didn't...
tight were the? I mean,
They weren't super tight. It's just there's some motion going on, and you get to see stuff.
motion
and,
of the ocean.
Yes, and Michael Bay, there was a reason why he's one of my favorite directors. Now there's another reason why he's one of my favorite. By the way, I'm gonna say this, and I'm a big fan of Michael Bay. I know a lot of people consider him one of the worst directors ever. He is a fantastic director. I absolutely love him. The Rock, great film.
The man knows how to do action.
Bad Boys, great film. Bad Boys 2, great
First
film.
The
Transformers.
first Transformers,
First
fucking flames.
and the action in all the Transformers are fucking awesome. The action's great. The film's just not necessarily.
But that first one,
What's-
Ambulance,
Ambulance,
great.
amazing. Pearl Harbor, haven't seen.
Me neither.
Armageddon, decent.
It's fine. It's fine. I used to like it more, but then watching it again, I was just like, meh.
You know what people say is Bay's best film, and I haven't seen it. Pain and Gain. Ooh,
Don't do that to yourself.
really?
I didn't think it
Movies.
was that great.
Oh, people were telling me that it's
I
really,
don't
really good.
remember a
Beefcakes kidnap some guy, and that's the end of
yeah,
it.
Wahlberg and Dwayne Wayne.
Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade?
Yeah.
No, I said Dwayne Wayne.
It's his first time acting.
Who's Dwayne Wayne?
Dwayne Johnson.
No, Dwayne Wayne is from Different World.
Different
But I
World.
mean,
Oh, okay.
yeah, but yes, I was referring to Dwayne
Oh,
Johnson.
sorry.
Get out of here.
You confused me. Yeah.
Jeez.
All right, phones. What's up? What's up going on?
I'm looking at my
here?
notes. Yes, as I was saying, he walks in on his captain who's having a date. Seagal walks in on his captain who's having a date, tells her date to fuck off, sits down, and then eats his food.
Yeah.
Fired immediately. Immediately fired.
Yeah, but she looked him again. She gave him an up and down again.
She definitely fancies him in this film. Definitely fancies him.
You think?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And then finally she broke a little. She's like, watch your back.
Yeah. She's like, because I'm watching your back as you leave. You know what I'm saying?
She's like, I'm watching your bottom.
I was like, Seagal, your thing's stanging. Go on.
Right. Gross.
Ugh.
Ugh.
I just pictured that as well. Steven Seagal's bare buttocks.
No.
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 Oh, I'd take those any day over the main business.
Oh, front or back?
Front over the back.
Front.
Back over the yeah. You'd rather see back than front.
That's a good question.
What's that movie where they can't see bird something?
Bird Box.
Bird Box.
That came out after they saw Seagal's.
Do you know what? That might be a cool new game we play called Front or Back. And you pick a celebrity, and which one would you rather see, the front or the back?
I know one back.
Go on.
Jean-Claude Van Damme. You got to see that thing working.
If you had a choice, though. If you had a well,
Those buns.
I've basically seen his back. He gets him out.
Oh,
in
yeah.
plenty.
He gets them out a lot. He's gotten them out a lot in his films.
For a taxing
Doesn't
one,
work with ladies.
Jennifer Lopez. Do you want to see a bare back or do you want to see a bare front?
That's the best one.
See, that's a good one.
We've gotten a lot of back because Baby got back.
Baby got back, but you haven't seen the whole back, not in full glory. I don't know what this is.
But we've seen the shape.
You've seen the shape.
But we don't know anything that's happening in front.
True. But would you want to see the bare back close up? Hello, missus? Or would you rather see
Close, like looking at a picture of someone that's wanted.
exactly?
Who is it?
Or exactly, are you willing to forsake the back?
Oh no!
In
You know
favor
what?
of the
For
front.
mankind, you might have to do. You
The
might
front?
have to
For
go back and then
mankind.
report.
Back, because then report on the back, which is what everyone wants to see.
And all you have to do is, guys, you were right. Thumbs up.
Yeah.
But you don't think it's you don't think just that it's already like confirmation enough, like over the years,
That's a damn
that
good
it's
question.
already
Devin. That's a
a
damn good
thumbs
question.
up?
Have we, as humanity, seen enough of J-Lo's back
Apparently not.
to be okay with it? Or do we still want to see more?
Now, is that wine well aged or is it vinegar now?
Oh, it's not vinegar. J-Lo will never be vinegar.
Okay.
She is still a fine Merlot.
Mm.
Back or front, she's Merlot.
Okay.
Doesn't really work with ladies, I don't think, because
Yeah.
women
Take your time.
aren't interested in the front.
Oh,
So I think women would rather see the back.
men's buttocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth. Are you looking at front or looking at back? This is a great game. I'm loving it.
See, there's probably some
Interesting
curiosity
question.
because you want to be like, what's
Curiosity.
Yeah, that's an interesting
Curiosity killed the
question.
cat.
Yeah, that's an interesting question.
You'd have to go front on him.
You'd have to go front.
see if he has Thor's hammer.
100%.
Though
Yeah.
you know what, I feel like who would be who I would choose definitely to see the back,
Go on.
probably Henry Cavill.
That's
Mm,
pretty good.
That's not bad. That's not bad. My voice cracked. I went bad. That's not bad. But Cavill, I reckon, on the front,
I don't know, man.
he's got some heat.
I don't
maybe.
think he's got what it takes.
Really? You don't think he's Superman?
I
You
don't
don't think he's
so.
a Man of Steel?
I don't think so.
Ah, back.
I don't know why.
This is a great game. I'm going to think of some more. Not
It
for
doesn't
this.
really work for ladies though. The Jennifer Lopez is like perfect.
Oh, I don't. I think it does. I think it does. Jessica Biel. She's known for having
Okay, it does work.
right. So she's known for having a bit of a good back. But would you rather see the front? The front doesn't.
Is Jessica Biel known for having a back?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh, really?
she's known for being
going.
very very well packed in for a white lady.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What do you think Justin Timberland stays around for?
Yeah, Justin Timberland.
Yep.
I did that on purpose.
No,
She tried to call me out, and I did that on purpose. Who's got some troubles lately? Got
Yeah.
pulled over, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's bringing drinking and driving back.
There it is.
I think it was. Yeah, but I think there was no. I think there's also some question about some drug use in that as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Did you
not
see
just
him
drinking and
do a
driving.
recent performance. He's off his tits.
Yeah,
There's a recent video of
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake
his
performing.
eyes are so wide and so
Oh my
red.
God. He's had half of Columbia on Columbia's work.
It was
Oh,
crazy.
yeah, mental.
Anyway, back to the film.
Yeah. So there's a guy in this film. You probably can't see on camera. I don't want to do it, but he hooks his thumbs into his belt as he walks into a room.
No, I did not see
the
that.
main bad cop, like Martino or Martinez, whatever his name is.
Martinelli or whatever.
Martinelli. He's got his thumbs tucked in his waistband and he walks in.
No, I did not notice
I
that.
didn't like it.
I call him Martini just because.
For Martini. This film, by the way, you gotta fucking give it credit for one thing. It's genius plot device of heroin t-shirts.
Yeah.
Oh,
I remember heroin t-shirts, genius. What you do, guys, if
You
you want
spray
to
them, dude.
if you want to smuggle heroin, you just get t-shirts and you just spray them with heroin. That's it.
well, they
Dip them in some heroin.
it's a heroin solution.
Mm-hmm.
You soak the t-shirts,
Yeah.
you dry them, and then you plastic wrap them,
Yeah, yeah.
and then you ship them on out.
You dry them with these lights. See, just some lights.
These heat lamps.
Genius. And then you go on heroinT-shirts.com if you want to buy one. Genius. Heroin t-shirts.
Yep.
I love
They're
the
in
fact.
plastic wrap so drug dogs can't sniff
Of course, of course. I love the fact that a
It's a-
writer sat down and was just
them.
like,
It's a perfect
I'm going to
plan.
write this film. Got an idea, but I need some kind of plot device.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heroin. They smuggle heroin. How do they smuggle heroin?
Can't just smuggle them like in the bricks. That's far too obvious.
And
You
the writer's
gotta.
wife walks in. She goes, I brought you a new t-shirt when I was out.
Someone's like, she's like, do the laundry. He's like, hold on a second.
You've got something there. Heroin laundry. Yeah. Heroin t-shirts.
Yeah.
Good times. I laughed like out loud when I heard that. Also, did laptops in the year 2000 have aerials?
Areolas?
Oh, do you say
Antenna.
aerials? Antenna.
Whoa.
Because DMX's had an antenna in this film.
Oh,
I mean,
DMX
he's
is special.
Yeah.
because he's Bruce
He's
Wayne.
anonymous.
Yeah, yeah.
Do
Do they have antennas?
I don't recall. So this is
I
like
didn't have wireless
special.
internet.
Yeah, this is special government issue.
yeah, I don't know what it was.
Government
I
issue.
don't know what he was working on.
He paid millions for that special antenna laptop.
Also, by the way, that van scene is fucking nuts.
When they kidnapped
when they
Seagal.
kidnapped Seagal, put him in the van. So
Oh, he would have died. He would have died. Like
his arms would have snapped.
yeah, his arm. Yeah,
100%.
that was crazy. When
Also-
after he got kidnapped, and he starts fighting them in the van, and then the van crashes and like literally like flips upside down. He was still handcuffed to the.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
would have died.
yeah.
It would have been
hand-
like Con Air when that guy's arms fall off.
Yep.
Con Air.
Yep.
Not fall off, but
but get
fall
ripped off in the
Yeah.
crash.
off. Also, you're driving a van, right? This is me driving a van. Right?
Perfect.
No, sorry.
Perfect.
Driving a van 10
Form.
to 2. That's
I
what
get
do.
poked in the neck by something.
A needle gets put in my neck, and I know it's a solution that will
gonna kill
kill me. What do I do?
You keep driving.
You keep driving, but you drive like this.
That's one thing. That's a trope. That
You don't brake.
I know.
You
I
don't slam on the
know.
brakes. You're just like, oh, I'm just going to
That's
drive
a
like a
trope.
fucking
That's
psychopath.
such a bad trope. I
in
know.
every action movie ever,
They need to stop doing
you
it.
can't brake. You're
No,
not allowed
no,
to
no.
stop your
Yeah,
car.
you can't.
Yeah.
There was a
Pull
big
over the car.
garbage truck in this movie. I think that was the end of the scene.
Yeah.
It hits his car and
Yep.
it just keeps going because it has to do its garbage
Yep.
route.
By the way, that guy that's hanging out the side of the van when he hits the car and gets smushed.
That's a dummy,
That's,
right?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
Of course,
great.
that's a dummy.
You know what's wild I never thought of? They made his face grimace.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
It looked great.
And
Yep.
like they
Great.
specifically make dummies look like that. It's
Yep.
Yeah.
perfect. Because if you get hurt, you're not going to be like smiling.
This guy gets fucked.
Yeah.
Also, there's a really funny bit where Steven Seagal's arms don't fall off, but he's kind of handcuffed, and there's a gun on the ground, and he puts it between his feet, and he throws the gun up, and as it lands in his hands, they cut away because it's quite obvious.
It was there's a slight juggle.
Yeah, they cut away because there's no chance.
It did not happen
that.
very smoothly.
No, it did not. No,
It's
it
like
did
if
not.
you drop the remote on the floor and you're like, I got it. It's like, you like missed it. Not a cool action movie.
There is something about that. We all have at some point picked something up with our feet.
Oh, all the time.
Of course.
Yeah, like a.
You know what a cool
like a
one
monkey.
is that I'm glad I learned? I played hacky sack all the time
Of course you did. Yeah,
in high school.
we've talked about this before on the podcast.
Every day, all the time.
Yeah.
I swear it's given me real life skills. Like if something's falling, I swear, I shit you not.
Kick it.
I lower it gently. Like I've saved things from
Oh.
breaking with this.
with your feet.
Fucking hacky
Really?
chan over here.
That's right.
Did you get that, everyone?
I got
Hacky chan.
Chan.
A good joke. I just thought you laughed over it, so I wanted everyone to
That's
hear
good.
it.
That's good.
Hacky chan. So yeah, you just. Do you ever do that thing where you drop something and you just wildly kick it, like out of reflex?
Well, I'm like my brain was
Oh, you got a
trained, so
hacky
it's
brain.
not. Yeah, it doesn't just go like.
like a Navy SEAL. My brain was trained by the best. I'm a Marine.
You don't understand. When I drop a glass of water, it won't break. I'm a Navy SEAL.
I was trained by the best. Hoorah! Yeah, that was quite
Me
funny.
and my brother, I lost my brothers.
What kind of keyboard does Eva Mendes have?
It's
Oh, I didn't pay attention.
It was colorful. It had arrows on it. I didn't
It's
know
like a
what was
Chinese-
going on.
Oh yeah.
symbols are on there.
Also, that Anthony Anderson goes, "What the fuck is Steven Seagal doing in DMX's place?" And he goes, "You beat me once." And he's like, "You did a lucky move." And Steven Seagal goes, "Unlucky face."
Yeah, I
that was
saw
weird.
that.
Fucking great follow that. Well
Yeah,
done,
I heard
Seagal.
that.
Yeah, not that Seagal wrote this film, although he does write many films. He
He
does
does make
read.
a fat joke to him, which is kind of out of
Yeah, he
nowhere.
does say so. Yeah, I can't remember what the
I don't
joke was,
remember
but he
what
does
it
make fat jokes. Then the captain dies in a brutal Range Rover crash.
Yeah, that poor woman.
She gets splattered.
She gets squished.
Poor lady.
And he was just distraught.
Right. He was
He sees her die and then goes, "There's a motorbike over there."
Yep.
I'm gonna go on that."
gotta go chase these bad guys.
Yeah, then we get a lot of stunt double. We get a lot
Yeah.
of Seagal stunt double, which, like I said, I mentioned earlier, doesn't look anything like him. Then he calls his old pal at the station at the 15th. No, he's at the 15th.
The 21st.
At the 21st. And this is how he picks up the call, right? His buddy goes, "Hello?" And Seagal goes, "Frank, I'm in hell."
Yeah.
This better be good. Great explanation. I'm going to start using that. Whenever I want to ride from you or something and I'm somewhere, I'm just going to go, "Devin, I'm in hell." See how you react. Yeah, John Woo level gun shit, Desert Eagle.
Everyone meets up.
Yeah.
The gang's all here.
Bad guys. Shootout.
Good shootout. Decent shootout. I like that. People
was
got
fine.
splattered. It was good.
It was fine.
I enjoyed it. What I didn't enjoy is Michael J. White and Steven Seagal pulling blades off heroin t-shirt slices and fighting with those.
Yeah.
Didn't enjoy that.
Did you like that full flip from Michael J. White?
Yes, I did.
Holy shit. I thought I was watching Power Rangers.
Yeah, he was underutilized.
The wire work in this isn't as egregious as Romeo Must Die. I think Romeo Must Die has terrible wire work, and in this, it's bad because it's Steven Seagal. But there's not as much of it in this.
Yeah, no.
Although I tell you what, I do not like Romeo Must Die as a film. The more I think about Romeo Must Die, the more I dislike it.
I mean, it's not great.
I wouldn't rate this film over it. I would still rather watch Romeo Must Die than this.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
But yeah,
Alright.
bad guys die. Michael J. White dies. The end.
Oh, by the way, DMX, for all you Kung Fu cinema heads out there, DMX steals a move from Tiger on the Beat. He ties a rope around the trigger on a shotgun and he throws it up in the air and it fires. And that's stolen from Tiger on the Beat. I don't know if any film did that before Tiger on the Beat. I have no idea. Just saying. Lau Kar-leung did put that in one of his films.
Okay.
Cool story, Sean. The fight between Michael Jai White and Steven Seagal was fine. It was fine, but it was super short. It was just and then also we get a scene of just the only way I can describe it is just wet DMX, and we get it for far too long. He stood under these sprinklers, and
after he kills his bad guy Martini. But he got like a bunch of powder to his face or something like that.
He was powdered and then he was wet.
What was that?
Right, I don't know.
Heroin. No, it
wasn't
I would have
heroin.
killed him.
It was like
having a good time. It couldn't have been heroin. That's on the t-shirts.
Who knows?
Just bags of powder in a room?
Yeah, just blue powder. I don't think heroin's blue.
It was white. It was the lighting.
Oh, was it? I thought it was.
I thought it was
they have
blue.
big bags of powder at a heroin place and like tell us that it's not heroin.
Oh no,
I'm just thinking.
Maybe it's sherbet. Maybe
I
they
don't know.
love sherbet.
Sherbet?
Yeah,
Is that powdered?
you get powdered sherbet.
Eh?
Didn't
Are
know
we
that.
talking? What is
What's
sherbet?
inside? What's inside pixie sticks?
Oh, yeah.
Sherbet.
Sherbet for us is like fruity.
Oh, I thought it was just sugar.
Sherbet can be. What's inside a you don't even get sherbet fountains because they're
Powdered sugar.
powdered.
That's wild. I didn't know that was a different word.
From
over there.
where I'm from, sherbet's powdered.
Oh.
Where I'm from, like Middle Earth. No, in the UK, sugar's
The only reference to sherbet that I know of is the ice cream sherbet.
Sorbet.
Yeah,
That's sorbet is different.
gelato.
Gelato is also different.
Italian ice.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Also
Frosty.
Let's go to listener questions.
Slurpee.
Well, now we're just naming things. Icy.
Let's
stop.
Dippin' Dots.
Let's stop. I've never had Dippin' Dots.
Me
Haven't?
neither.
No, never.
They're
Is
better
it
than
worth it?
They're better than you
I
think.
bet
Really?
they are.
Okay.
Yes,
they
they're
are.
worth it. I promise.
Okay.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
By the way, the bad guys in this film do die in cool ways. Michael Jai White dies pretty decently.
Falls from a helicopter through a pole.
Gets a pole through his chest, and the other guy gets a pole through his neck.
Yeah.
There you go. Should we get into listener questions? How long have
Yes.
we been going, Devin?
We're at an hour.
Wow, well done. Well done, everyone. Thank you. All right. That's your episode. Goodbye. All right, Ram asked a question. He said, if Disney came to you and put you in charge of making a new Star Wars film, but it had to be an adaptation of an already existing property, what are you doing? So what film, book, game, whatever would really be good in the Star Wars world?
Jumanji.
Okay, I don't think you've understood the question.
John Wick.
John Wick's too obvious.
I know, but it's
How would you describe John Wick in the Star Wars universe?
so yeah, I feel like John Wick would probably be no, he couldn't be a Jedi. Maybe he'd be maybe some sort of like bounty hunter. There'd be the same type of like
Like a Boba Fett guy.
like an organization that he's left and just somehow was drawn back to it. And then but it was just in space.
I've got one for you. Picture it. We're in Star Wars world. I don't know what planet we're on. We're on
Of
a
course not.
nice planet, just
It doesn't
full
matter.
of a normal civilization. It's a nice grassy area. There's people out and they're having picnics. They're enjoying their time, enjoying eating their delicious foods, and all of a sudden, some outlaws appear, some bandits. I don't know who they are. Some kind of, we've seen them in Boba Fett, things like that. There's crossfire. People start getting hit. Innocents start getting hit. One guy drops to his knees, seeing his wife and child shot dead, screaming, "Oh, why?" And he goes home and he opens his wardrobe and he's got a stormtrooper outfit. And he's a stormtrooper. And he puts on his outfit. He puts on his entire stormtrooper outfit and then paints the Punisher skull on the front of his stormtrooper outfit, and he becomes the Punisher, and he goes hunting down the bandits that killed his child and wife. But he's, instead of like being this ex-marine or ex whatever the Punisher is, Frank Castle is, he's an ex-stormtrooper, and the Punisher works for the Star Wars world.
Interesting.
I think that works.
Not bad.
You had a really good answer the other day, and then I completely forgot what it was.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It sounds like
either.
you forgot what it
The
was.
only,
as
the
well.
only my beef with it being a stormtrooper is because in all of the Star Wars movies, you don't see who any of them are.
Yes, well, they're
So-
all meant to be clones as well.
Right.
So maybe
Stormtrooper.
So, oh yeah,
John Boyega.
oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But I don't see. But because he's not. Yeah, I feel like it would be more if it was like a Boba Fett type character. If it was
No,
a
no,
bounty hunter.
No, Stormtrooper.
Okay, fine. Yeah, I don't remember what my answer was either.
You had a really good answer.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, Harry Potter.
You definitely didn't say that.
Did I not say
How
Harry
would Harry
Potter?
Potter work in the Star Wars
I don't know.
universe?
Magic.
The Force.
Magic and the Force. Yeah.
No, that wouldn't work.
Why?
What would Hogwarts be? What would the teachers be?
Yoda's
all
friends.
Jedis?
I don't know.
No.
Yoda's a teacher at Hogwarts.
I think Unforgiven would work very well in the Star Wars universe. And
Yeah.
an old grizzled Jedi gets hired for one last mission. I think that would be good. To
Sounds
hunt
good.
down some bandits. I also think the Blade Runner would work well in the
yeah.
Star Wars universe. Some rebellious droids, and then an old Jedi gets hired to hunt down the droids.
I'm gonna stick with my answer of Jumanji.
You can have Harry Potter. You can have Jumanji. Yeah. Okay. Well, I will say Rama said True Grit, and True Grit works well as well. Don Jitsu asked us a few questions. He says, "My first questions for the pod in ages."
Yeah.
He said, "When is the glorious return of Fresh or Trash taking place?"
Ah.
He says, "I genuinely love the game and always try to play it with my friends. Thank you to all."
Nice.
Hey.
So, guys, I got some Fresh or Trashes for you.
Hey.
Okay, hit it.
If anyone doesn't know this game, you're going to get the gist of it very quickly. Fresh or Trash? Onion rings.
That's
Trash.
Oh!
Here's the thing, though.
What?
It very much depends on the restaurant. I feel like not every restaurant can make good onion rings. So, overall, that's why I say trash.
Where are you getting a good onion ring from, Cyrus?
Yeah.
Or do you not care? Are you getting onion rings from everywhere?
I don't care, but of course, some places are better than others. You need to go to like a real legit burger joint.
Because I've had some trash ones
What if I say?
where
What if I
just,
keep
yeah,
it?
the
super
batter just
simple?
wasn't right.
I'm going to move on slightly from onion rings. Fresh or trash? Funyuns.
Ooh. Okay.
I'll wait. I'll secede and I'll go second.
I feel like this is a tough one
Secede?
because I feel like this is a tough one. I was a big fan of Funyuns growing up, and I haven't had them in a very, very long time, and I'm so afraid that I wouldn't like them
Okay.
as an adult.
Can I calm
But-
your mind?
But if I,
Cyrus probably had some yesterday.
Funyuns
but I'll say fresh.
are there's a tier list, right?
Okay.
S is the top. S plus is so good it can't be explained.
Yeah.
This is S plus plus.
Okay.
I
Yep.
love Funyuns. I probably have an old bag somewhere. I'm an Iranian guy. We like the onions.
So therefore, you like the Funyuns.
Hell yeah! I had my first Funyuns on the way home from summer camp when I was 11 or something, and I went.
dope actually that you remember your first Funyun.
Yeah, I know, right? That's crazy.
Fresh or trash? Steak for breakfast.
It's fresh. Steak and eggs is fresh. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
So
but it's still delicious.
Yeah, I'm a steak boy for breakfast.
I can't answer that because it's not my go-to. Because I feel like that would. But I mean, steak is always fantastic.
Okay.
But it's not my go-to.
Here's a
I
weird.
will never choose steak and eggs.
Do you think steak is overrated?
No,
never.
Not at all. Not at
Never,
all.
never,
Nope.
never.
No.
No.
Steak is rated
Give me, yeah.
because everyone says steak is fucking delicious, and guess what? Steak is fucking delicious.
Yep.
But it's kind of weird. So what's your favorite food? Someone goes steak.
Yeah.
Like,
I'd salute them.
number one, like ever.
It's an obvious answer. Oh no, well, see, they
I love
mean though.
cooked-
Steak, what they
cooked
mean
to
is the
perfection.
best steak you
Cooked
can find.
to perfection. Steak is
No one's grabbing fucking some skirt steak from the grocery store, coming home and going, "This is going to be the best thing I've ever
Yeah.
tasted." But get a good steak from a good steak
Yeah.
restaurant. Tip top.
Tip top.
Okay, next one. Fresh or trash? sports movies.
Oof.
Overall trash.
Overall trash.
But then you have Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans?
There's a.
Yeah.
I watched it recently. It's not that good.
And you have
Oh wait, Remember the Titans. Oh, Remember the Titans good.
Mighty Ducks. And then you have see, that's so many things. Like you have the Replacements, which is a comedy. I fucking love that movie.
You have Happy.
Are you talking about
see, that's
Keanu?
not a
Are
fucking.
you talking about Keanu Reeves? I like that movie
I
too.
love it.
I've never seen it.
I like that movie too.
Your Varsity Blues,
Right?
Friday Night Lights.
Never seen it.
Friday Night Lights is very good.
I've never seen Friday Night Lights.
That's a tough one. Overall,
It's not my go-to, but I acknowledge that there are some good ones.
There are some good ones. I watched Love and Basketball recently. That shit is flames. Also, my favorite sports film. I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah.
White Men Can't Jump.
see, no one's going. Have you seen that sports? Does that count? Does that
I
count?
don't
That's a
I don't-
comedy.
I don't know if I would consider that a sports film.
alright,
Yeah,
alright.
yeah.
That's why it's a hard question.
My favorite sports movie.
Cool Runnings. Is that a fucking sports
No,
movie?
You're right. You're right. Same as like Karate Kid. That's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Oh boy. I think in general maybe I'll say trash.
Okay. Any given Sunday, that's a sports film, right? It's a
Yes.
proper sports film.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Moneyball.
All right. Moneyball.
Sports
Mhm.
movie. Interesting. See,
Interesting.
about sports.
That's like
Yeah.
about statistics.
Yeah. It's about
I've
sports.
never seen that film. I think it put me to sleep.
It will.
Yeah.
It'll put you to sleep.
Plus, it's about what sport is it about? Even.
Baseball.
Yikes.
Although I did enjoy Major League. Nope.
Oh, I love
That's a
Major
sports
League.
movie
Yeah,
too.
I did enjoy Major League. I've
I
never seen Major League.
love Major League.
It's the one with the women's.
Oh, A League of Their Own.
League of their own.
That is,
That's a
yeah,
good film.
that is
later in life.
I watched it last year for the first time.
solid.
It's good.
So fire.
Really good.
Crying and
Yeah, I enjoyed
Yeah.
that one. But I've never seen Major Leagues,
Major League is fun.
Yeah. but I will at some
I
point.
enjoy it a lot.
Okay, a few more. This is a controversial one if you say a particular trash or fresh. Tipping.
Oh,
Fresh.
it's fresh. You got to do it.
Have you
Plus-
got to do that? Is it trash because you've got to do it?
No, it's fresh.
Okay.
It should be. It should be a thing that just is, and that's trash that it
Okay.
isn't.
I'll say this then. Fresh or trash? Minimum tipping being 22%.
Don't tell me how much to tip.
Fresh.
Don't tell me how much to tip. I don't like that.
What should you
There you go. You know what I mean? I don't, if it said minimum 10 cents, I'd be like, don't tell me what you think the minimum is, bish.
What percent do you usually go for?
Oh, I know it used to be 15, but we're not doing that.
Oh
anymore.
yeah, that's been some
15 will get
years.
you arrested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to look at the thingy and it goes 20 is this, 25 is this, and then I kind of do my thing.
I'm feeling spicy. So if I'm feeling spicy and I go, I don't like this place, it was garbage, 20. If I kind of like them, doing 22. If I love them, I'll go 23, 24. If they touch me, 25. Touch my heart, I mean, not physically.
Yeah, I'll go between 20 and 22 depending on what's happening.
I tip my hairdresser 30%.
Yeah.
She gives me this fucking barnet. Look at this. What a fucking
Yeah, I overtip
You go
my
15 bones?
15 bones?
Wait, your haircut's way more than $50, right?
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, I think
it's
my nail lady
60.
I do 22. My barber, I don't even know
But keep in mind,
what I tip him. He just that's all like he has my card information, so he's just
throws money.
so he'll just be like, do you want a tip? And I was like, yeah, do whatever you want. And and that's it. So I have no idea what I
I
do
have
for
to
him.
explain my haircut being 60%, right? She does nothing. She just trims the ends off. That's it. But I've known my hair.
You get your hair washed too.
I do, and do you know what? Those old Latino women, they got hands like fucking angels.
Mhm.
Oh Lord!
You get some hair serum as well.
hair serum.
Why
Not
did I think she was Asian for some reason?
no. My hairdresser is Asian.
But the
I
ladies
go
who
over
wash,
to the ladies that wash my hair,
Uh,
and they are some usually older Latina women, and they know what they're doing.
Mhm.
speak to you in Spanish?
They don't. They speak to me in I will say fractured English. But they always ask me, is the water too hot, too cold? And I always say, lady, spot on. And she goes, right, I'm going to condition you up. They get right in there, they do, into my soul.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, my hairdresser, who is an Asian lady, I've known her longer than I've known Devon. So that's
Yep.
why I'm happy tipping her. She's lovely. And that's why I'm happy. If she just literally cut 3 hairs on my head, I'd still go back to her. Because
Yeah, I think it's definitely all dependent on for like restaurants, depending on the service, depending on I mean I'll never tip. I never tip terribly. I'll do 20 or 22, but for the people that I get service from regularly, like my nail lady, like my barber, I will go higher.
That's funny. If we replace the question with like, what's the youngest you date? I was like, well, I know 15 is crazy, but I mean, like, I'll go 20, 21, 22, 30 sometimes. If things are going right, I mean, maybe 25.
what do you call an establishment that you go out to eat in?
A restaurant.
Okay.
Why?
Why is that?
Yeah.
Restaurant. You're very restaurant.
Do I?
You hit the wrong.
Do I?
She hits the aunt hard.
Restaurant.
Yeah, restaurant. You hit the A in the middle. You don't. Restaurant. Restaurant.
Oh,
Yeah, she goes
Oh,
the right
okay.
symbol, because restaurant, that's right.
Restaurant.
Yeah, you
Restaurant.
throw a
Yeah, I
restaurant.
do restaurant. Yeah.
Restaurant. Oh, that's something you don't really think about.
No, restaurant. I say it quickly, restaurant, but you go restaurant.
I go restaurant. Yeah, restaurant.
Idiot.
Yeah,
I've just Italian restaurant.
I've just noticed that.
Yeah, go to an Italian establishment.
You say it right, though.
Yeah.
You say it right. That's how it's spelled. Restaurant.
Restaurant.
Don't say it like that.
Hello, I am in a restaurant. Fresh or trash? I've only got 2 more.
Okay.
4th of July.
Trash.
Trash. Get out of here with the Boston pops and all that fucking bullshit.
You get a day off.
I mean, that's fine.
Yeah,
I'll take that, but I'm certainly So I was out and about. I got my nails done on that day. Went out to a store to do a little shopping, and at the nail place at the store I went to, they were all like Happy 4th of July, and I was like thanks. I most certainly didn't say it back.
What if you just went, no, thanks?
Right? I most certainly didn't. I was just like, yeah, you too, and I was just like, what? Who cares?
You should have said July the 4th be with you.
I should have. That would have been pretty good. But I was like, who cares? Who cares?
All right. And the last one, fresh or trash, swimming in the ocean.
Fresh.
You don't seem like an ocean swimmer, Cyrus.
You know what? I am inside.
Oh, okay.
If I let myself
In your heart
loose.
of hearts.
Okay, let your inner Aquaman out.
I tell you a small story.
You can tell us a small story.
A mignette.
Like a vignette, but small?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
I don't think mignette.
Is it vignette?
It's a vignette,
Okay.
yeah.
Let me tell you.
I like mignette, though. That's a great
Me
word.
too, actually. Smaller than a vignette.
I went tubing one time.
Oh, yeah?
Just like this river, a bunch of rocks, and people just get in the tube and they go down.
We know what tubing is.
It's nice and fun. I just wanted to explain it. To you. So in the beginning, I was like, "Ooh, it's cold. Oh no, I didn't want to get wet." Oh, yeah. And I was like, you get in, and your balls and your butt cheeks get wet, and you go, "My day's ruined." So a couple soda pops in. See, that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
You bring a cooler that floats.
Yes. You cruise down the river and you drink.
Things are going great. Dude, I'm talking, I would swim. I'd get off my tube and swim to other people and be like, hey, man, how's it going?
There you go.
I'd be jumping in the rocks.
Yeah,
My
okay.
knees would be bloody.
Oof.
Just in the water completely up to my neck.
Like
So
a
maybe
merman.
maybe I'm a merman.
Have you ever been in the ocean?
I have.
Oh.
I have, yeah.
How was that experience?
It's when you're there, when you get in, you go, okay, this is fun.
Oh, no, disagree. When you first get in the ocean, or I get this, when I first go in the ocean, I'm going, oh, what's in here?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And then it takes me a while to get used to it.
Yeah, you're like,
What's under my feet?
you're like flirting with the ocean, like, no.
Yeah. And then sometimes you have to do that stupid jump when the wave comes along.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, no. As soon as I get in the ocean, I'm just like, ew, what are my feeties stepping on? And I get
You
all
do what the
panicky.
cool guys do, and they jump through the wave.
Hell
No.
no.
I'm not that
I do a
advanced.
jump and then I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, I'm not that advanced.
No. I don't jump through. No.
Yeah, if there's an inkling of any type of like rough waves, I don't do that.
Yeah, as soon as my feet cannot touch the bottom, I'm just like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
I like being in the ocean. But if my feet is touching stuff, I'm just like, I'm standing on a shark.
What about open ocean, like
That's
snorkeling and stuff?
Oh well, we went snorkeling once, and it was fine. I got no problem with open ocean.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, I've got no issue with that at all.
If you were on a boat in the middle of the ocean, would you be fine jumping off?
100%. Yeah,
That's scary to me.
as long as the boat's there, yeah, I'm good.
You see, like the helicopter shot coming down, it's just like blue and nothingness.
Yeah.
Scary.
That's cool.
So here's the thing. Like those what are the things like where it's the boat and you're up in what are those things called? Is it parasailing? Is that
Oh yeah, parasailing. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
That no.
That was what I was going to say. I was going to say the dumbest answer. You went, when you're in a boat and it's up there, I was going to go crow's nest.
I was about to say, I was like, lighthouse?
We all have great answers.
The parasailing. So where where it's attached to the boat and the boat is driving along. That I would not like. One, it's just the prolonged hike, but then looking down into the the water. Like of course, like my imagination goes to the most absurd thing. Like I'm gonna spot like some sort of sea monster.
Yeah,
Or
of course.
but also the height. But I'm okay with snorkeling, like just being driven out by a boat out there, and then just popping in. That perfectly fine with. However, I had one just slightly terrifying experience, not caused by anything in the ocean, 100%, or caused by my guide because he freaked me out.
Wow, what do you do?
Snorkeling, I'm swimming along, seeing fish. It's great. I'm out there by myself. My mom was with me, but then I guess she started to not feel well, so she went back on the boat. So it's just me and this guy, and I'm swimming about. He's a little.
I like this story.
How old are you in the story?
Oh, I was just like maybe 22.
Okay.
Yeah, and so swimming about, floating along, looking at fish. The guide or whatever, he's a little ways away from me, and then I start seeing him like waving and pointing.
Oh, Jesus.
He's waving and pointing, and he keeps pointing. So, of course, I'm freaking the fuck out. Because, of course, I'm thinking, oh, my God, it's a shark. He's pointing at a shark.
They've released the Kraken.
But it was a sea turtle. He was getting my attention so I could see this sea turtle. But I'm just like, after the fact, I was just like, that's a horrible thing to do.
Yeah, that's really fucking...
Because, of course,
Okay.
I think a shark is there.
You gotta go something like...
Yeah.
Like, everything's okay.
Yeah.
Not like that.
Not like...
Look at that. Look at that there.
Yeah.
No, I don't even...
Look at that. That's like, we're going to war. Like,
No, you don't do it to the person. You go, look over there.
that would scare the shit out of me.
But there has to be a better, some sort of better signal. So after the fact, I was like, for a split second before I before I realized what was happening, I was terrified.
Yeah, that's not good.
You know what I once did? Me and Devon went away on holiday, and we were on a boat. We were on like what was it? Like the
Which one?
the one where the sun was going down, and we went on a nice.
Oh,
Catamaran.
yeah, a catamaran. Exactly what it was.
And back then,
Lovely.
I was partial to a few beverages of the adult variety. Not anymore. I'd had a few. I'd knocked back a bit of sauce, and the guy goes, "Do you want to drive the boat? Do you want to steer the boat? Do you want to captain the boat?"
Yeah, that was fun.
And I was a bit sauced up, so I stood up. I walked over, and it was a proper fucking wheel. The moment I grabbed that wheel, I felt like a pirate. It was unbelievable. Like everything was just, and I was like, "This is my calling."
You're like, man the sails.
Hoist the main rig. Yeah, I felt like this is my calling. I was meant to be a captain of a boat. In fact, I probably didn't even do that. It's probably when I meant to be a pirate. 100%. And it was amazing. Obviously, it was because I had a few drinks, but it was just a magical experience. I was sunburnt to shit. There's
Yeah,
a
you were.
somewhere. Just
I'm looking for it right now.
Back in the day, let's say this is Pirates of the Caribbean times.
Yes.
You would be a man of the government. Is this correct?
I don't like to think I would be, but yeah, probably.
And would I be more of a Jack Sparrow type?
Um,
Or would I be like on the poop deck or
yeah, you'd be one of those frail little nerds. Like, yes, captain.
like don't pick me?
No, I don't know what type you'd be, actually. I don't know. You'd be like, I don't think you'd be a captain, but I think you'd be high up in the rankings. You'd be like the right-hand man.
I'll make all the decisions. I make the
would-
captain think he's in charge.
Yeah, you'd be the one that calls for a parlay.
Like this podcast. Oh, that's nice.
yeah. That was the fakest.
Very red.
Oh, that's nice.
Anyway, come on, we got
Oh,
questions.
here it is. Here it is. Him staring.
Look at him go.
Yarr. More questions from. No, wait. Okay, Donjitsu.
Hey. Cookie.
Second question: if you were trying to show Batman's always. Oh, sorry. If you were trying to show Batman's always mentioned and never explored mastery of all martial arts in a film, how would you do it? Would you dedicate fight scenes to individual styles or consider a strategy where multiple are used to take down an individual or group?
Interesting.
I think you'd have various styles depending on the fight scenario. With Bane, he'd have a different fight style than if he was fighting Joker. And I think it would have to show his variety of style. He wouldn't do a bunch of styles in one fight.
I feel like it would have to be a different one per villain. Can I just show you something?
Yeah.
See if this will jog your memory. We were talking about that particular vacation, and I was looking through the album that I had of those pictures.
Yeah.
Can I just show you that first? Do you remember that?
I do.
He had a tattoo of himself.
That's him.
Can you show that to the camera and will it catch? Oh, you gotta get up there. You gotta get up there.
Yeah, I'd have to. Yeah.
You look at the screen.
Yeah.
And see if.
That makes me real upset.
Yes.
Yeah.
Say exactly.
That's himself. He had a tattoo of himself on his back.
Bananas.
Legend. Absolute legend.
It's bananas.
That's why I have one now. Oh wait. That's why I have one now.
Yeah.
Anyway,
sorry.
Yes, so you'd have to Bane. He's got what style would he use against Bane? Actually, it couldn't be wrestling.
You don't want to get close to that man.
No,
No.
It's what he does in the movies. He just beats the hell out of him.
it's a lot of dodging and striking.
Yeah.
Bane.
I feel like
a lot of. But yeah, I think I would switch it up. So yeah, he fights against this person this way, this person this way. Doing it all in one fight scene, it would look cool, like it does in the Arkham Asylum games, where it switches and goes all over the place. But I think to show off his mastery over each martial art, I think you'd have to see it.
I agree.
There you go. There you go.
Because if they're all linked together, you'll be like, you won't even be able to process.
Yes, exactly. But if he pulls out Muay Thai against Hush or whatever, that'd be cool.
Is it John Wick? Shoot. He basically
yes.
he judos people and then he picks them up and he goes, I'm not done yet.
Oh, yeah.
And then he's like, yeah,
Tosses him again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like John Wick. All right, martial arts film freak Cyrus.
Hey.
If you could play a round of street.
That's my get up sound, remember?
Oh yeah.
I made a joke that when I get up, I make a
You did that on
taekwondo
the
kick.
podcast.
I don't know if I did.
Oh, didn't you?
Uncut.
It wasn't uncut.
Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
When I get up, maybe it's my back. Maybe when it's old. It's old. I'm old. What the fuck? When I get up, my sound is dad every time.
That's mine. It's like, ooh,
Dad.
Cyrus. If you could play a round of Street Fighter,
Oh,
anyone,
Daigo Umehara.
living or dead,
Daigo Umehara.
who would it be? Which Street Fighter would it be?
It'd be Street Fighter 4. It'd be me and him, Ryu versus Ryu.
Nice.
I want him to fucking obliterate.
I was
me.
gonna say you'd lose, right?
It's like the fairest match in any game ever, and he would beat me 1,000 times out of 1,000.
But you would get pleasure from that.
I would beat him up in real life.
Well,
I would attack him. Yeah, I get a lot of pleasure.
you get pleasure from losing.
So
to
much, so mad.
Daigoro?
Daigoro, yeah. Daigoro Umehara.
I don't know who that is.
He's the Japanese Michael Jordan.
Got it.
Of Street Fighter,
Got
not of basketball.
Yeah.
it. Got it.
Yes, he's one of the best or the best.
He's regarded as the best, but that's kind of hard to say.
Mm.
Because how can you be the best for 20 plus years?
No.
He's Batman. With time, that's his thing. With time, he's literally unbeatable.
With time and prep, he can destroy anyone.
Anybody.
All right.
Thumbs up.
Devon,
Uh-oh.
if you could teach a course on any subject imaginable, what would it be?
Actually, no. So that would probably be the thing that I did and have done the longest, and to be pretty honest, I'm pretty gosh darn good at. Being a vet tech. I would teach you how to be a good one.
And there it is.
Teach martial arts film flick had to be a good one.
Teach you
There
how to
you
be a
go.
good
She
one.
is. She was very good at her vet
Yeah.
tech job.
My old hospital, my old job, they actually sent me a card from a client. A client found out that I was no longer working there, so she gave them a card to send to me,
And it said, "Thank God."
and it was very
Thank God you've gone.
it was
My
very
dog feels
nice.
so much safer.
My dog isn't sick anymore.
It was very nice.
It was. It
It
was
was
an
lovely. It
adorable.
was this lovely
card.
old lady
Yeah.
and her dog. Not very nice, but you know,
Yeah, it was a really nice card. It was very cute.
lady,
indeed.
great. Dog, not so much, but you know.
And Devon's current boss, her current VP, sent her cookies
Hey,
For doing good.
for doing good. I did good. Yeah.
for doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Superman does good. Isn't that the joke?
Hmm?
Like you did good means like you're a do-gooder.
Yes. Yeah, Superman did good. Yes, you're right. Sean, would you rather teach an 8-week course on hip hop history or kung fu cinema history? And what would the class be called? Ha ha ha! Don't know what it'd be called. I thought of something and then I gave up.
You do kung fu, right?
No, I do hip hop.
No,
Really?
Okay.
I don't know. It's tricky. I would like to do kung fu. See, okay, so with kung fu, I would love to do kung fu, but sometimes. So, oh my god, I'm gonna go into my psyche now,
How deep do you know hip hop history?
quite deeply.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although my knowledge of hip hop history kind of starts in the early '90s, and hip hop came from the '80s, if not earlier.
Right.
So my '80s knowledge is a bit loosey goosey. My '90s knowledge is pretty solid. But with kung fu cinema, the problem with being part of the kung fu cinema community and having this podcast and having a YouTube channel, I get very strong imposter syndrome with kung fu cinema for some bizarre reason. I always think that I don't know enough, that I'm getting things wrong, that I shouldn't be, people shouldn't come to me for kung fu knowledge and
You
things
don't
like
feel
that.
that, but you don't feel that way for hip hop.
I don't think so, because I think my hip hop knowledge is far more like, I don't brag about it. I don't brag about kung fu cinema knowledge, but I don't have a hip hop podcast.
I think if the roles were switched, you'd feel the same way about hip hop.
I think you're right. If this was a hip hop podcast, I'd probably feel the same thing if I had a hip hop channel. But I tend to. I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting. Would I love to teach a kung fu cinema course? Yes, but also a kung fu cinema course is a lot. Like, even thinking about setting up a kung fu cinema course, it's a lot more difficult in my brain. Like, where would I start?
But that's good though, because that's like you have so much to
There
talk
is such a wealth of knowledge. It is, but like, where do you stop? Or where do you start? That's the question. Like, do you start with bashers? Do you start with shapes?
Well, here's the thing, though. I think you're thinking you're coming at it from the wrong place, because I feel like you're thinking like, okay, how do I cram literally everything and anything into an 8-week course?
I've got it.
And I think you just have to, and you just have to, just break it down. And you're not gonna, no one's gonna learn everything in 8 weeks.
Do you know what I'd do?
Hit the
I've
hit
done
the
it.
highlights.
I wouldn't do a kung fu cinema history class. My course would be called choreography history shapes versus bashers. That's what it'd be called. And I would focus on the difference between old
Copyrighted.
school
No one
shapes
steal it.
and bashers. That's what my course would be on, because I'm always fascinated by that. I'm always fascinated by the development of shapes and where shapes came from and where it went, and then the difference between when bashers finally became shapes. I think that would be my course. Yes. All right.
All
Got
right.
it. Yeah, I was thinking too much about history. I wouldn't be good at the history aspect, but I think talking about different things. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anyway. Martial Arts Film Freak also asks, I would also like your take on the recent discourse regarding British and American heat waves. Over at TikTok, a British woman claimed that British heat was worse than anywhere on Earth. And many Americans have pointed out that what Britons call a heat wave is what many Americans set their thermostat to. On the day of writing this, the high here was 94 where I live.
So we actually, we saw that, And we were just like, of course, my first thought was, what the fuck are they talking about? So I actually Googled it. Their humidity is higher than ours.
Yep.
Our temperatures might get higher, but they have a higher humidity.
Yep.
Which I had no clue about. So that I do find to be interesting.
It's true. It's absolutely true.
Yeah.
Britain gets like up to like 85% humidity and things like
I
that.
forget what ours was.
His the other day was like 60% humidity.
Yeah. So they have a higher humidity, but we get higher temps.
Well, when I was growing up, I didn't really understand the difference between heat and humidity.
Mhm.
And now that I'm older, I completely understand.
Yeah.
Heat, like let's say you're in the shade and you stick your hand right out and the sun hits it, that is heat.
Yeah.
Raw heat. Humidity is how you feel under the shade.
Yeah.
When you feel like you're swimming
It's the air. Yeah, it's the
and you're sitting, that
yeah.
means it's very humid.
Also, keep in mind one glaring fact about the UK: we don't have air conditioning.
Something that I did not realize.
UK does not have air conditioning. I researched it the other day. 6% of households in the UK have air conditioning.
Well, that's why
So-
they say it's hot.
I did not realize that they did not have central air.
Yeah. So picture, let's say you're 85 degrees, right? And let's say you're 85 degrees at night, and then you go home and you want to sleep. In order to cool down, you've got to open your window. That's it. No air. But you
What
open
about-
your window, humidity.
So
kills
what about what about the window units?
you. No.
Not even those.
No.
What about now? Do you think now, or are we? So is that central air, or not even like those window units?
I think it's anything. I don't think they have window units either. I grew up with no air conditioning whatsoever. But when I lived in the UK, it was not as bad as it is, now. The heat over there is pretty. They get like 88 degrees, 90 degree summers now. But yeah, I never had that. Like I thought like 75 degrees was hot when I lived there. Until I came here and then realized.
Yeah. So that blew
Get
my
some
mind.
frost.
The fact that central air isn't a thing, so I can understand why it would be more miserable there.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand why. But then I guess if that's not a thing that was already established way back when, trying to incorporate that now into, a large population of people would be impossible.
Also, British houses are more like furnaces because they're all made from brick. And here, a lot of wood is used here to build houses.
Mm.
But over there, it's all brick, so it's like a furnace.
Brick house.
She's
Da-na-na.
a brick house.
Letting it all hang out.
It's mighty. Letting it all hang out. That's it. We're done.
All right.
We are done. All right. Okay, I'm going to quickly go ahead and wrap this up because, quite frankly, I do not know what film we are doing next episode.
Wait a minute.
Who are our patrons?
Exactly.
Yeah, fuck those guys. All right.
We have a Patreon.
We have a Patreon, by the way. If you would like to join us on Patreon, it's www.patreon.com/food for thought.
Thanks for putting the W's in.
It's HTTP.
P.S. colon long //.
You shut up. Sorry.
You don't know. I didn't know that
Speak
whole
about it.
HTTPS is like, hey, I'm a secret boy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that shit.
Me neither.
If you want to join us over there, we do episodes called Food for Thought Uncut, which we did just before we recorded this episode, and we talk about today. We talked about movies, and sometimes it gets a bit spicy on there, sometimes it gets a bit personal on there. It's just a little way to get to know us a little better. Also, we're working on our current commentary track. We're trying to pick a movie for the commentary track. We have a few ideas. We want to do something a little.
Someone
cheesy
can get
and
us
fun.
the 1993 Super Mario Brothers movie. That'd be great.
Guys, if someone out there, I shouldn't be doing this on YouTube, but if someone has Super Mario Brothers that they can upload and send to me, please do. Also, we put up polls. I put a whole bunch of polls up recently where the patrons vote for what film we do on this podcast. They actually recently voted for one of our upcoming Halloween films because on October we tend to do an Asian horror film, and they voted for one of those. So that's very exciting. And then I'll be posting more things like advanced looks at my YouTube videos, things like that. I'm hoping to give patrons more and more. And anyway, speaking of the patrons, we have a whole bunch of them. I'm going to list them off. It's going to be nice and quick. It's Miles Bell, Alpha Rookie, Nick Martin, Nicholas Blanchard, Amok Powell, Rama, Disconnected, Tristan Glover, that's Marshall's baby, Robert Christensen, art school
Ooh.
dropouts. Are you booing?
No, it's just a crowd. It's not us.
Oh, Eloquent,
suck.
James Clay, Don Jitsu, Tina, and Benjamin Dyson. I like that. All right, good
You
stuff.
should have been in that club with
Pop and B. As for our next episode, yeah, I don't know what we're doing yet. I've got a whole bunch of ideas. I want to do a fun episode, so I'm not sure. I thought this one would be more fun than it was. Exit Wounds.
I had a good time, dude.
I had a good time, but I don't know. I wanted something a little more. Anyway,
Did you want it to be like you said? You either wanted it to be kookier or more
Kookier.
serious.
Kookier.
silly. Yeah. Anyway, who knows what we'll do next time? I'll post it up on Instagram ASAP so you can all know in good time. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm trying to build a bit of an audience on there. We got more stuff coming, more reviews, more unboxings.
This man's talking to everybody over here.
More interviews. Yep, I'm putting
We got
out.
Stephen Hawking on next week.
That's right. I
Yeah.
got Stephen Hawking, Steven Seagal, and Steven Spielberg. It's called my month of Stevens.
And then Steve Madden.
That's right.
Talking
That's
about
right.
football.
Yeah, I don't even know who Steve Madden is.
Oh, he's
It's John Madden.
That's what I'm talking about. Steve Madden's shoes.
Yes,
Steve Madden is shit.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. So I'm putting a whole bunch of stuff up on the YouTube channel. So if you like what you see, subscribe. There's more
Give
to
us a
come.
thumbs up.
If you'd like to comment on this video, I chat to everyone who comments on the video. I like to hear what you have to say. I like to go back and forth with you. It's a good time. None of these reply because they're.
I heart them all.
Oh, do you? Oh, that's nice.
I even heart yours.
I love it. Thank you for hearting me.
That's right.
I heart you.
Show them.
If you say something good or if you're funny, then I will heart you.
Okay, Devin will heart you too.
Or if you compliment me, I will heart you.
If you listen to this on an audio platform, please give us a 5-star review. We would really, really appreciate that.
No, go for it.
What's happening?
No,
I don't know what's happening either.
I thought maybe you'd be like, please rate us if you can. You're like, give us 5 stars.
Well, that's what everyone says. 5 stars really helps, and just like if you like what you hear,
Okay.
give us the best possible. Don't give us less than 5. That's
I agree.
fucking annoying. Anyway, that's enough of that. Thank you so much. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we will catch you
Next time.
Defend the North.